a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise.
What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? What is the time, Mr. Wolf? Bacchanal time, bacchanal time, bacchanal, 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 bacchanal time. The party can't done, the party can't done. Children, cambule, flambeau, shak, shak, and drum. The party can't done, the party can't done. Tell them, start the mass, the Moko Tombi go come. Well, the party can't done, the party can't done. 1, 2, 3, start the ceremony. Everybody, start to wave, start to wave, start to wave, start to wave. Today's carnival, children. Today's carnival. Everybody, start to wave, start to wave, start to wave, start to wave. On the count of 4, on the count of 4, on the count of 4. Let me go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Carnival come again. Plenty woman go be out on the road again. Come there we go, sweet Tobago. More than pretty man, say we in there for so. He's the way them treat us party. He's the way them treat us mash up it. He's Ramash again, Ramash again. Mash up anything in your way, Ramash again, Ramash again, Ramash again. Mash up anything in your way, Ramash again.
Take out the rock, wave, take out the flag, wave. Hold on to the fence, hold on to the barricade. The fence when we not going home, look how the party overload. The fence when we not going home, look how the party overload.
So welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, viewers, and of course you're seeing there something that you need to go to in Delaford, and we're going to get into that conversation about why you need to be there. But first, let me introduce you to Mr. Neilson Lewis, and he is the chairman of the Tobago East Chamber of Commerce. And yes, folks, we have a Tobago East Chamber of Commerce. So a special good morning and welcome to you, sir. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
All right,
Happy to be here.
Now, first of all, tell me about the Tobago East Chamber of Commerce. How did it come about, and what are you guys?
Okay, so the Tobago East Chamber of Commerce is an amalgamation of the smaller businesses in Tobago East, right? So what we are about is providing a voice and opportunity for the smaller businesses within the region to network, all right? So what we are about is we are trying to network all the businesses in the East so that we can have one voice and a collaboration amongst all business owners. So if we need anything, it's more effective for one voice to speak than for each person as an individual to get something done.
Certainly. And then why is it that you all decided that the Tobago East businesses needed an organization for yourself?
Well, what we realized is that there are a lot of persons that have businesses and they complain all the time that they are not being supported, the businesses don't have access to certain things, right? And we decided that we were going to come together to have one voice and have an opportunity to bring persons and people and resources into the area, right? Because what was happening in the past is that when one person would try it, it might not have been successful and they had many pitfalls and so on. So we had the conversation amongst us. As a matter of fact, it started in a meeting with Mr. Duke, all right, soon after the general election, right? So he had some ideas, the business owners had, we had our own ideas, right? So we decided that, listen, we were going to come together and we were going to put one voice. Listen, this is what we want. This is how we want the area to be built, all right? Because we understand that as business owners, it is in our best interest to shape the communities and so on, because we are the ones that provide sponsorships and so on for all the events that happen in the area, in Tobago East, in Roxborough particularly. Okay?
All right. So, Mr. Lewis, now as you're speaking about community events and so on and investing back into where you guys came from, now you are collaborating with some Calypsonians to put forth this big production here with the Bacchanal Calypso tent as it's hosting its night market opening at the Delaford Community Center. So tell me more about that.
All right. So the Bacchanal tent is one of those local initiatives that we are partnering with to be able to push the chamber. Okay, because as you have said earlier, you didn't even know that a chamber existed. All right, so we are trying to form collaborations with the already existing entities within the Tobago East space. For instance, Aquarius Brass, the Bacchanal Tent, and so on. And what we are doing is we are going to have a night market experience. So what we find in the chamber is we have a lot of persons that not only do buy and sell retailing businesses, we have a lot of persons that have their own product, their own uniquely created products. Okay, so we have persons on board like Kerbeth. She has her own garlic sauce that she provides locally. We have Beard Boss. I think everybody in Tobago knows who Beard Boss is. All right, and we have persons that do gels, that do sea moss gels and different forms of sea moss gels. We have persons that do locally created products. For instance, we have you would find the only place in Tobago you may be able to get the local products such as red mango and kurma and fudge and that kind of thing, right? Is maybe on the port and the airport and that sort of thing, and it's very standardized. All right, we have persons in the chamber that have added a flavor and a twist to their products. Okay, so we look forward to showcasing those on Saturday. All right, we also have persons that do catering. All right, but on a small scale, but there's their own spin to it. Okay, so we have those persons are going to be there on Saturday also.
So, and then tell me a bit about that collaboration with the Calypsonians and with the Bacchanal Calypso tent to make this night market happen and to just put your businesses on display. Okay,
so we had a collaboration with Mr. Walter Coppin. All right, he came to us and he sold the idea that they were going to have the opening of the Bacchanal tent experience. All right, and we saw it as an opportunity to bridge the gap within our businesses and the Bacchanal tent and the Calypsonians. So what we are also into promoting the culture within the environment, within Roxburgh environs. As a matter of fact, one of our major projects that we have coming up is a mural. All right, and we have assistance with a couple other entities. All right, in terms of the Calypsonians and Mr. Coppin, we are going to have them come on board with the mural project. I'm hoping that I'm back here so we can speak about it. Right, so I can offer some more information on that as it becomes available.
And then, I mean, of course, what are the Calypsonians that we are going to be seeing also on Saturday? Tell me about that. I mean, are they all from the East or what's going on there?
All right, so we're going to have one Calypsonian that's going to come from Trinidad. All right, we have Mr. Walter Coppin, who is from the West, but the majority of the Calypsonians are going to come from the East because, as you know, the Bacchanal tent, it was founded in the East in 1985, I think it was, all right, and the Aquarius Brass, right? So it's going to be an East event, but we are not opposed for Calypsonians from the West to come on board. So there are Calypsonians from all over the island that are going to be there on Saturday.
And tell me about, wanting to promote Calypso a bit more because, we've been seeing what's been happening in the art form. And maybe I think this year is the one year that we're seeing a little bit of resurgence compared to the previous year. And it's actually a very good thing because Calypso is so intrinsic to who we are, our culture and everything like that. So just going into a bit more detail about that and making sure that we keep Calypso alive, especially for future generations.
Yes, so we are at the chamber, as I said before, about the community project with the mural, right? We have commissioned an artist to be able to put some of our local icons and our history into the community because, as you mentioned, we have a lot of straying from the traditional stuff of what our culture really is. All right, and I think that the collaboration with business and with Calypsos, it's very important for us to be able to integrate the two, all right, and to showcase what we are as a people, all right. The Bacchanal tent and these artists that are going to come out, what we are hoping to do is to also promote the Windward School of Music. All right, so there's a Windward School of Music that's going to come on with Aquarius Brass and so on. All right, they are going to, we are in conversation to have that come on board, because what we are looking to do is, just like with the Calypso, we are going to be able to to get youths from
East side?
in this east side from off of the block and into activities that could provide employment for them and so on.
Great.
Yeah.
And there's so much excitement in your voice right now, and I can tell there's a whole lot of passion just to make so much happen for our East communities, especially even for our business sector and so on, and getting our young people into something productive.
Yes.
Most of your membership, are they young people, the business owners themselves?
Yes, so we actually have a lot of young business owners, and we have some not so young business owners. All right, but it's all about integrating everything. And there has been the conversation where there are a lot of persons within the Tobago space that depend on the THA for employment. So we are hoping that by providing information and access to information, that persons who are not employed by the THA could even create their own sources of income.
All right. And then, tell me a bit more something about what you guys are also planning for the rest of the year as an association, as a chamber, just to get businesses going and so on.
All right, so we have a number of mixers that we have planned, all right, to network businesses more, right, within the space. And we have, as I mentioned before, we have the mural project, which is coming up, and we hope to use this project to partner with other entities within the locality, all right, to get certain things off the ground.
All right, great. So, of course, Saturday, the place to be is Dallaford
Community
and is
Center.
it free?
Yes, it is free. There's no charge. There's no cover charge. Just come with enough money to support the local businesses that are going to be there. Come with your dancing shoes, because there's going to be dancing, all right, and just keep an open mind to enjoy yourselves.
All right, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Lewis, for being on with us. It was certainly a pleasure.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
And we're hoping that this is the start of a lot of conversations to come in the future.
I hope so too, also.
All right, thank you again. And viewers, you got to go for a quick break, but we'll be back right after this.
It's a brand new morning, rise up.